So I got a question for everybody today, and that question is, how many of you have ever kept a secret before? Or you tried to keep a secret? Maybe you didn't do that good of a job with it. Maybe, okay, how about this? Maybe you keep a secret about how tall you actually are. Ooh. Maybe it's a secret about like how much of that book that you actually read for that assignment. You checked off, yes, I actually read this. Maybe you're keeping a secret about what your grades actually are. Oh. No. But there's a lot of things that we try to keep secret. And something I want to kind of draw attention to today is if we try to keep everything secret, that'd be kind of weird. Like there's some things that it's weird to keep secret. And to give you an example of that, how many of you have ever like had a crush before and you were like talking to somebody and you were trying to keep that a secret, right? Like you don't want the word to get out because if you tell somebody, then you're like cousin's cousin, you're like grandmother's sister-in-law is gonna tell you like, oh, what's happening? And you're gonna have to answer questions that you're not really ready to answer, that you don't want to answer. You're not there yet. Well, I know what that's like. About 2 years ago, I was talking to my now girlfriend, and it's kind of comedic to look back at it now, but like we were keeping it on the DL, like, oh, nobody knows, but you like the attention, but you don't, you know? And we were trying to keep it a secret. But now we've been dating for over a year, and something that I realized the other day is it'd be so unhealthy if I tried to keep our relationship a secret. But you know what? We're doing long distance. She's in Massachusetts and I'm in Florida. And it would be so easy, like so easy to keep our relationship a secret. The only thing I would have to do is just not tell people that we're dating. I would just have to go and meet new people and not give that information, put a filter over the fact that we're dating. But what would you think of that? Like that's a pretty unhealthy relationship if you're keeping that under the wraps. But if you're dating somebody and you're doing a long distance relationship and you are not revealing that information, you don't have to live to the standard of somebody who's in a committed relationship. And I wonder if the person in the biblical text that I want to focus on today kind of knows what that's like. And his name is Nicodemus, and the scripture is John 3, chapter 2. And I really want to draw into this because Nicodemus, the scripture says Nicodemus came to Jesus at night. He came to Jesus at night. Why did he come to him at the night? Like when you're meeting somebody that's really important to you, like let's say you have a professor and you're like, yeah, let's go get coffee at 1 in the morning. Like, that's not going to happen. Nicodemus sees this guy Jesus, and Jesus is starting to come on the scene. He's starting to gain some notoriety, some popularity. He already has stirred up the temple and caused the religious leaders to start to question what's going on. And Nicodemus comes to Jesus at the night. But the thing about Nicodemus is he's a religious leader himself. He is somebody who is supposed to have the authority, is supposed to have all the answers. People look to him for answers. And he's going to Jesus at night to look for the answers. What is the night like? The night is dark. It's hidden. It's private. The night is when the public goes away and you're to yourself. The night is when you can do things and get away without being seen. When would you rob a store? Probably at night. When would you rob somebody's car? Probably at night. The night is a space out of the public eye. And I wonder if the reason that Nicodemus came to Jesus at night, I wonder if it was because he didn't want to be seen. I wonder if it's because he knew that people seeing him going to this Jesus figure who was a little bit questionable to them, I wonder if he knew that they might start to question him. I wonder if he knew that they would start to associate him with this Jesus and start to hold him to a different standard, start to judge him as they were judging Jesus at the time. And my question today is, does your relationship with Jesus stay in the night? Is it in the darkness? Is it hidden? Are there certain spaces and certain places that you keep your relationship with Jesus hidden in the night because you know if people knew that you were a Christian, you would have to start acting like one?
Wow.
Come on.
I know what this is like. I know what it's like to go into the store and to know that you're a Christian, but you don't say anything. You hold that filter. You keep it private because you don't want to have people looking at you and judging you as a Christian. But is that what the gospel teaches us? Is that what Jesus wants from us? The scripture goes on to say that everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that their deeds will be exposed. But however, whoever lives by the truth comes into the light so that it may be seen plainly that what they have done has been done in the sight of God. Are you someone who does evil? Are you someone who hates the light? Or are you a follower of Christ who wants your life to be seen? Because your relationship with Jesus may have started in the night, but it can't stay there. It needs to come into the light. Jesus doesn't want our relationship with Him to stay out of the public eye. Now, there are things about a relationship that are private. There are spaces in which we keep it to ourselves, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that your relationship with Jesus shouldn't be a secret.
Yeah.
Your relationship with Jesus shouldn't stay to yourself. It should be visible to the world. And I wonder if some of us today, maybe you're like Nicodemus. Maybe you are searching. Maybe you've heard some things about Jesus, but you don't really know. You feel like you're in the dark. You feel like you don't understand. Today is your day to go out into the light and declare that you want to follow Jesus. And for the Christians here today, those who consider themselves followers of Jesus, and I'm grouping myself in on this too, we need to expose Jesus in every space of our lives. We need to go from the night and go into the light. We may have started in the night, but it needs to be in the light. Our relationship with Jesus should be visible so that people can see the God that we obey and love, who gives everlasting life to those who follow Him. So will you join me as we follow Jesus in the light? Thank you.